Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. India finishing off day one very strongly, 127. They trailed by England 246 all out. The start of the day, Ben Duckett got off to a very good start with Zach Crawley. It looked like the pass ball was being implemented in India. लेकिन जब spinners आए game में, the ball was turning थोड़ा सा मुश्किल था. Pitch it wasn't the toughest, but there was turn there and Ashwin Jadeja bowled beautifully, backed up by Akshar Patel, and then Bumrah as well when he came on for his late spell. बहुत जबरदस्त bowling करा. He was getting some good seam movement. उन्हें cutter भी बहुत अच्छा डाल रहा था, and that was a bit too much for England. I felt at the mid-inning stage कि भाई ठीक है, अच्छा ही स्कोर है, 240 250, it's a good score. लेकिन the way Jaiswal batted, भाई, he came and flamboyant batting, it exuded confidence. जो shots खेल रहा था उन्हें बिना कोई टेंशन लेके, बिना कुछ लेके, he was just batting so well, and he's put India in a very good position right now because the ball was still turning. Magar someone like a Hartley playing his first game, first test playing in India, he put him under tremendous pressure. Of course, matchup to suit was, and I was surprised that Ben Stokes didn't try Joe Root or didn't try Ryan Ahmed early on because tried to get that ball away from the left-hander. Lekin the way Jaiswal batted, it was amazing, man, and a lot of praise for this young man. And I think the Indian bowler set it up. I felt even Ashwin said post match ki bhai main samjha ki 30-40 रन ज्यादा दे दिए, लेकिन Jaiswal covered that very easily in that last session. And it's 360 350 runs scored today, so it's not like a rank turn or anything like that. England, of course, there is that pressure. You're playing in India, there is going to be turn. Once you see a bit of turn, there is going to be a few goosebumps here and there. I felt the way Ben Stokes batted was really good under pressure. Jo batting kara usne, he took some time early on. I think his first 20 deliveries something, he hit a few runs, like 3-4 runs, and then he accelerated. He was severe on Jadeja in particular at times, and he took the attack to the Indian spinners. But in the end, didn't have enough support. Everyone contributed. Zach Crawley 20, Duckett 35, Joe Root 29, up to Johnny Bairstow be 37. The Johnny Bairstow wicket, what a delivery from Akshar Patel. Fabulous delivery, beating him all ends up. और वो I think match का turning point था, and उसके बाद India के favor में आ गया था game. And there's still a long way to go, but India is ahead in this match 100%. अब उनको यही देखना कि कितना lead मिल सकता. अगर 100 रन का lead मिल गया तो बहुत अच्छा है इंडिया के लिए. Again, it's a type of wicket that maybe there could be a collapse triggered by England, but they'll have to do something a bit different. I think Joe Root needs to come into play. Ryan Ahmed needs to come into play a bit more. And Ben Stokes, thoda sa he has to be a bit more, smart in his bowling changes. मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा जब हार्टली को इतना पिटाई हो रही थी. I know that his baseball, he wants to keep backing his players and all that. लेकिन sometimes you got to do the smart move and pull out the player, give him a break and get somebody else on. And especially someone like a Joe Root, he's a part-time spinner. Magar jo matchup tha against Jaiswal might have helped, and he might have got a wicket from somewhere. So I think that's something that maybe he needs to do tomorrow. And they have to pick up wickets. England early wickets. There will be a bit of moisture tomorrow early on in the morning. So वहाँ पे उन लोगों को strike करना जरूरी है. And India will continue to do the same. Jaiswal will continue to look to attack. Shubman Gill, I think, will be the most relieved man कि भाई उस पे pressure आ रहा था. काफी लोग बोल रहे थे कि he needs to perform, and he's not out right now, and he can build from this and score a big one. He'll be targeting a good score as well for himself and for the team in particular. But थोड़ा सा confidence मिल गया उसको. I think surviving that period. थोड़ा सा close LBW scare भी था उसके लिए. It went for review, but that's another criticism I had of England today कि भाई 3 reviews burn कर दिया, and that will really cost them because अभी आपके पास 9 विकेट बाकी है लेने के लिए, और उसमें there will be LBW decisions, there will be decisions where you will need to take the review, and you can't right now because he's burnt it. जल्दबाजी में उन्हें पूरे 3 review ले लिया. I don't know what was going on in his head, but that is one big mistake that he did. Of course, bowling changes and stuff, he can rectify that tomorrow, but how can he bring back the reviews? That is impossible, right? So I think that is one big criticism I had of Ben Stokes' captaincy today, was that he burnt all the reviews. But in terms of his batting, he was fabulous. He batted really well. Him and Jaiswal showed how to bat on this kind of pitch, playing attacking cricket, but also sensible at the same time, using the field. Jaiswal in the beginning was using the front foot, attacking the spinners. Uske baad back foot pe he was rocking and hitting it through mid wicket, through point as well, cutting the ball. So it was very smart batting from Jaiswal, and Ben Stokes too. I think he batted pretty well. And India will be very happy going into day two. Rohit Sharma again will be upset, throwing away his wicket. Agar aap dekhe Rohit Sharma ki inning, he wasn't going ballistic or anything like that. Jab area mein tha, he was batting sensibly actually. He was going just above 100 runs in a ball or something like that. But then after that, the shot that he hit, again, lapse of concentration. And this is a history that we have with Rohit Sharma ki bhai, he looks so comfortable. ऐसा दिखता है कि भाई ये 100 आज पक्का है इसका, और फिर कुछ गलती हो जाती because of lapse of concentration, a missed shot. And today it was a nothing shot really. I don't think it was required at that time. आपको थोड़ा सा और sensible खेलना था, and should have focused a bit more and at least batted out the day, because someone like a Rohit Sharma, if he stays on the crease, he can score those big daddy hundreds, and that's what you need in this kind of game, especially when you've bowled out the opposition on day one. So a bit of criticism there, but I think the way Rohit Sharma captained was very good. ठीक है, कभी-कभी runs पड़ रहे थे, especially Ben Stokes, उससे पहले Ben Tuckett भी, but it didn't really trouble him. Even in the end, when he set the field for Ben Stokes, he put everyone on the boundary line. He wasn't bringing the field up. He was not letting any run go. That was good. कि भाई ठीक है, स्ट्राइक नहीं रोटेट हुआ, let them take the single, but 4 छक्का नहीं जाना है, because every run counts. And yes, you can say he gave a single, but that's better than giving a 4 or a 6. And that's how he was thinking, how he rotated his bowlers, the way he brought back Bumrah. I think that was very commendable, जो Bumrah को use किया था आज, because of course you can be very easily excited with the spinners. Just ball 10 हो रहा, अक्षर पटेल विकेट ले रहा, आपका जडेजा विकेट ले रहा, अश्विन भी विकेट्स ले रहा, but जब बुमराह को उन्हें लेके आके इंट्रोड्यूस कराया, he got wickets there too. So it was very good, smart captaincy from Rohit Sharma. Overall, I think a very good day for him in the field. Of course, with the bat, I think he could have done much better, but in the field, it was a very good day for him. He captained really well. He marshaled his troops properly, and there's no Virat Kohli. Remember that, which is a big loss for Team India. लेकिन फिर भी उन्हें जो Kaptani Kara, he's kept India in a very good position. Like I said again, this pitch can break down. There can be wickets that can go in bundles, and that's where India have to be a bit careful tomorrow early on. Back to first hour without losing a wicket, and keep piling the pressure on England. When you get closer to that score, then England will start panicking a bit. They will start changing the field, make some bowling changes, and that is when you sniff blood and attack. And I think that's what Jaiswal will be looking to do. Shubman Gill will be looking to do, because there's still a lot in this test match. You can't let the break off the accelerator. I think you still need to score runs. You still need to get to that target. अगर आप देखें, आप अभी भी trail कर रहे हैं, अगर आप Team India है तो you can't take anything lightly. Even though you dominated day one, you have to keep going and make sure that you keep pressing that accelerator, because we've seen in Indian conditions and test match in general, on the second day things can change. Things can move very quickly. आप South Africa में भी देख ले, जब India got South Africa all out for 50, suddenly 150 all out हो गए थे India after being like 150 for 5. Yes, that pitch was different, conditions were different, but that is what a test match can do. Sometimes a bowler just gets into a crazy spell, and it becomes very difficult to stop him, and that's where India have to be a bit careful, and at the same time try to continue to put the pressure and make sure that they are in the ascendancy throughout the test match. Crowd was good in Hyderabad also. अगर आप देखें स्कूल के भी बच्चे आए, a lot of people came in. Tomorrow छुट्टी है, वहाँ पे Republic Day, तो happy Republic Day to all the Indians celebrating. But yeah, there will be a crowd tomorrow also. Hopefully it's a holiday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so there will be crowds coming in and watching their team bat, and we all know Indian fans love their batting, so I'm sure they'll come and enjoy Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, still KL Rahul to come, Shreyas Iyer to come. Shreyas Iyer is a very good player of spin as well, mind you. और जो team selection है India का, उसमें अक्षर पटेल भी है, तो he will also contribute with the bat. Jadeja, Ashwin also is no mug with the bat, especially in Indian conditions. तो अभी लंबी batting है India की, and they can make sure that they can get a very good lead, but for that they have to bat smartly. They can't take it lightly. अगर आप England को लेके आगे वापस game में, they can really get under pressure India. So you have to continue this momentum that you have, and this is the beauty of Test cricket. Suddenly you're on top and everything, and then you get a break. You have to go in the hotel, sleep, whatever, come back the next day, and then it's a new ball again. It's a new not new ball but new over, and it's a fresh start basically. And that's where you have to be mentally prepared. You have to keep that concentration. Of course it breaks after day one, then day two you have to rebuild that concentration and make sure that you're continuing to score runs, continuing to put the pressure on the opposition. England will look at it in a different way. They have someone like a Ryan Ahmed, Joe Root, they haven't tried, so they can try different things tomorrow, experiment and get some wickets. And that's the thing, I think थोड़ा सा bowling rotation होना चाहिए इंग्लैंड के तरफ से, because अगर आप देखें आज हार्टली को बहुत ज्यादा लंबा स्पेल दे दिया, and they just kept attacking. Maybe I know he was thinking that maybe he can get a wicket, but maybe just try something different, try a matchup. I know matchups not always work, but sometimes they do. And off spinner bowling to the left hander, especially when the ball is turning, it could be a very good matchup. And that's where, a trick that he missed out. But tomorrow he can use that trick and get some early wickets. That's what England need. England will need to get wickets in that first session, whether it's 4, 5, 6. Get as many wickets as possible. Put pressure on India, and try to cut that lead. Even if they can get a lead themselves, that's a huge bonus. अगर यहाँ से अगर इंग्लैंड लीड ले लिए तो उन लोगों के लिए बहुत बड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टर रहेगा. लेकिन अगर लीड भी काट दिए, 30-40 का लीड है इंडिया का, then England are still in the game in that way. And look, Indian condition is always difficult. अगर आप पिछले साल देखो जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया जब आई, वहां पे Kuhneman was also being very wayward, similar to Hartley, maybe not that level, but he was being wayward and everything. And Todd Murphy was also struggling. Then in the third test in Indore they came and they beat India. So I don't think all hope is lost for England, but right now, yes, they are in the descendancy in this test match. Wood only bowling 2 overs was surprising. Yes, and this is the first time that Mark Wood was bowling with the new ball. He bowled the first over of a test match. The first time he bowled the first over for his team in an innings. And you could see that, like, he was a bit wayward. He was staying down the leg side. He was bowling some dollies to Jaiswal, who capitalized immediately. And Joe Jaiswal batting kara bhai. He played baseball basically, or jazzball, whatever you want to call it. He was playing attacking cricket. He was making sure his run rate is strong, and he was applying pressure on England, making the captain think, making the bowlers think. And those sixes that he hit of Hartley as well, the boundaries that he was hitting, it just put so much pressure on the debutant कि उसको समझ में नहीं आया अभी क्या करूं अभी. He was completely confused, and that is the cricket you want to see. And that, like I said, for England it will be getting used to the conditions over the series. अभी लंबा series है, they shouldn't be disheartened from day one. They need to back their players. They have to be smart as well. Don't continually give the bowler overs if he's getting smashed. There's ways to take him out. I know that can also destroy confidence, but there are ways where you can make some changes here and there, subtle changes where it benefits your team. So yeah, if I'm England, it's not all lost. They still have a chance, not only in this test match but in the series. But yes, it's a great start for Team India. Jo bowling kare again, we're talking about Akshar Patel, Jadeja, Ashwin. It came into fruit today. Like, the way they batted, the way they bowled. Sorry, they put proper pressure on England, and that Akshar Patel delivered to best. So that was the ball of the day for me. Zabardast bowling tha, behtrin ball, and that also puts doubts in the England batters. It puts doubts in them, in the opposition. And at one time I felt that England might have been satisfied with the score, and India might have been, like, even Ashwin said कि भाई maybe 30-40 रन ज्यादा दे दिया हम लोग, मगर जो batting kara Jaiswal just completely brought India back into the game. Bombard batting, he was smashing it to all parts. Ball turn हो रहा था, उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ा, back foot रहने दो, front foot रहने दो. He was crazy. And Rohit Sharma also was looking so good, man. That's why I was very upset with the way he got out. His dismissal was not correct. It was, he just gifted his wicket, because he would look like he could have scored a big 100 in this situation. I think he could have scored a big 100 in this game, Rohit Sharma. So he missed out, but for the young Jaiswal, it's a great start for him. A lot of confidence booster. And Shubman Gill also, I think this innings is very important for him. There has been criticism about him, the way he's batting. Uska like average bhi dekh rahe, uske form bhi dekh rahe log. So the fact that he got past day one now and he's coming into bat day two, of course Jaiswal is releasing the pressure. There's a few close calls for him, but it'll give him a lot of confidence going in, not out, and coming out tomorrow and batting and making sure he builds on his innings and scores a big one. You have Shreyas Iyer, who plays spin very well, KL Rahul to come. And like I mentioned, Akshar Patel, these guys, Jadeja, Ashwin, can all bat and keep piling on the pressure against England in Hyderabad. But yeah, good. It was a good day one. I mean, you want to see a bit more competitive, like maybe if England picked up a few more wickets, it would have been exciting. But if you're India, you're not complaining. You have the opposition, I wouldn't say on the mat, but in a position where they don't want to be, and you're in a much stronger position right now, and you just need to capitalize going into day two. It was a good pitch, I think. Yes, there was of course something in it for the spinners. It was turning, lekin it wasn't difficult, unplayable to bat. So kya hota malum, even if it's an inexperienced spinner, he can also pick up wickets on like dust bowl. So it's not a dust bowl as per se. Like, yes, it is assisting the spinners, and there is turn on offer, and it will break. I think the pitch will continue to break as the game goes on. So it will be difficult for England if they concede a lead. फिर उन लोगों के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा. It will be tough for them to get back into the test match, and that is why tomorrow's first session will be very important for them. For me today, the player of the day, I would probably give it to Jaiswal. I mean, you can go Jadeja 3 wickets, Ashwin 3 wickets, Akshar Patel 2 wickets. You can give it to Stokes, but the way Jaiswal batted, it just gave India that control that they were seeking in going into the series early on. It stamped the authority that, bhai, we can also play aggressive cricket, we can also play pass ball, we can play a different kind of ball, whatever it is, we can play attacking cricket and make sure that we put the opposition under pressure. This opportunity for Jaiswal and Gill to make a statement with the big score and batting England out of the match. I see both go past 150, they apply themselves and bat positively, and that's what we think, right? We think that they will score big runs because they've got off to a start. Lekin I go back to the situation, the pitch, this kind of pitch, if you get a wicket, then it's a breakthrough, and you can really pick up wickets in bunches, because it is turning. It can become difficult for the batters, and that's where they have to be smart the way they bat. They shouldn't just feel that, yes, we're gonna score 200 and each of us is gonna score double centuries and finish this game off. Of course, that's ideally what you want, but you have to be a bit smart the way you go on with your batting, particularly when the pitch is a bit tricky. I don't think it's a flat wicket or anything like that, and the way they batted today was fabulous, and they have to maintain that. But if you lose the wicket early on, you can come under pressure and lose wickets and bunches. It's that kind of wicket. That's what I feel generally. That's my opinion on the track after watching day one. And yeah, under 19 World Cup bhi chal raha hai. India dominating against England. Mushir Khan, Sarfaraz Khan's brother, scoring 100. Sarfaraz also scoring 100 in domestic cricket for against the English Lions for India A. I think he also scored 100. But yeah, 301 for 7. India under 19 made. Right now Ireland are 84 for 8. 84 for 9, sorry, and 1 wicket to go, and India will win another match in the under 19 World Cup. A very good display, really good batting from Mushir Khan. He was dominant across the offside, but also shuffled a bit, hit some leg side shots too. He played some good aggressive cricket, and it was fantastic innings from him. His brother also getting 100 today, so it's a great day to be in the Khan family. A big day for their family. Both brothers performing like that, scoring hundreds, one in the World Cup, one in domestic cricket, but still, I think it's a fabulous day. And yes, Mushir Khan looks like a fabulous prospect. He bowls as well, good left arm spin. He's a fabulous right-handed batsman. He looks the part. Of course, it's very early on in the career. This abhi board time hai usko develop hone ke liye. He needs to develop. He needs to show more maturity and like play on the big stage, prove himself there. But I think this is a very good start for him. And for his career, I think fabulous innings from him. And India under 19 looking to win another game on the trot, and now they just have to beat the USA. I think they've already qualified for the next round, and they look to get far in this tournament, or if not win it. And after a poor Asia Cup, I think it's a good comeback, especially with World Cup where it counts, where everybody is watching. I think it's been some fabulous performances. Even Tiwari was very good with the ball today, picked up a few wickets. Pandey as well broke the early partnership. So yeah, they're looking good. So a good all-round day for India, I think, today. Whether it's under 19 or the senior team. The senior team also, it's a bada series hai. Whenever England come, Australia come, it's a big series, bilateral. Both countries are watching, and the world is watching, and to get off to a start like that, stamp your authority, get the team all out, get a good score on the board. It gives you confidence going into the next test matches. And the 5 test match hai, it's a long series. If you're England, you got to keep going. You can't give up, because if you give up in India, then it looks very long and you're just looking for a flight out. So you got to keep going. You got to you take the template of Australia, look at their example. They lost the first 2 games. Everyone's like, what are they doing? And they still won a test match, and they almost drew the series. It wasn't possible, but they fought, and that's what England need to do. They need to keep fighting going into the series. West Indies also giving a good fight. Yes, 266 for 8 against Australia, Ibrahim Bhai, and it was a good performance. Let's see how it plays out this test match, they need to try and get to 300. Again, I feel Australia is still in the ascendancy in that test match. It depends on how the wicket plays tomorrow on day 3, day 2. But at the Gabba, is it? I think normally it's good for batting, on those particular days. So Australia might get the better batting conditions. But at least there is runs on the board, and runs on the board can always put pressure on the opposition, and that's what West Indies did. So they'll have to bowl well. They'll have to take their chances as well against Australia. They'll get that twilight period with the pink ball, and that's where they can put Australia in a difficult situation if they do pick up wickets early on. But yeah, that's also the test match going on. Quite a bit of cricket today. It's been a fun day. Like if you're India, it's a good way to start the series. It's a good way, to announce yourself. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Australia playing green even though he tested for positive. Yeah, I think that is a bit of a risk because you're putting other people's health also at risk, right? So I don't think it's the correct call, but I don't know what the rules and obligations are. But I feel that if he's tested positive for COVID-19 and he's still positive, then I don't think you should be playing, in my opinion, because whatever it is, I know we have vaccines, we're vaccinated now, it's less threatening and all that, but why expose other players to that, right? Like, I know Australia have a lot of cases, but why expose it to the other players, the umpires and everything like that too? So I don't think he should be playing, especially, we've come out of this quarantine and all that. Like, it was a tough time. You don't, restrictions have been eased, but that doesn't mean you go and, put other people's health at risk. I think, they should be a bit more careful, but I don't know what the rules are for this, what the regulations are in terms of COVID. But I'm a bit surprised that he's played if he's tested for positive. Like, if he's tested positive for COVID, I think that is a bit of a surprise, and I don't necessarily think that is the right thing, in my opinion. But yeah, Faz was also at the game. Hopefully we get some report from him tomorrow also. He had to figure out something else as well. He had some other work on his hands, so he couldn't join. But hopefully tomorrow or day after, he will give us live from the stadium reactions, what's going on over there. I saw the Barmy Army coming in. They're also in full flow. They've been singing and dancing in the stands. It was a good crowd, decent crowd for day 1. And hopefully tomorrow, because it's a holiday, like I mentioned, there should be more people coming in, tuning into the test match. And hopefully we see a good fight from England and a good test match. That's what we want to see. It's still a long series. There's still plenty to play for. This is just the start, and the days are going fast. So, fasten your seatbelts. Hopefully we'll see some more exciting things. India is also trying to match that run rate, or whether you want to call it baseball or high run rates, or aggressive cricket. They're also playing that style right now, and it's more comfortable for them in these conditions. They know what to expect. कि भाई ball कितना turn होगा, नहीं होगा, pitch कैसा behave होने वाला है. Opposition भी, like, उनके जो spinners है, they're inexperienced, तो उन लोग को target कर सकते हैं, उन लोग को pressure में लेके आ सकते हैं. And I think that's why Jaiswal batted very smartly and he executed his plans very good. वो hit and miss हो सकता है, this kind of approach, especially on a pitch like this, one turning ball and then you're stumped, or you get bowled or something like that. Like, and he took that risk and he made sure that he executed to perfection, and that put India in a very, very strong position. I think there's no replacement available, as Renshaw was released to play in PPL final. I understand that, but still, like, even if they can, these days there are ways to figure out last minute people, even if it's someone you have to get from club cricket or from, like, someone locally over there who has some experience or whatever it is. I think there is options that you can there's some resources that you can tap into, I'm sure. I don't think you had to play him in that situation, but I guess there's more to it. They probably have a valid explanation कि भाई क्यों खिलाया उसको, especially when he had a tested positive. कुछ तो reason होगा, I understand that, but if I look at it from the outside perspective, I don't think it's the right decision. That's what I would say, in my humble opinion. There's still cricket today left. This India's wrapping up the under 19 game, but then you got the SAT20 going on, and then tomorrow we got day 2, India, England, day 2, West Indies, Australia. So plenty of cricket on offer. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Bhai, for joining today. Really appreciate it, and appreciate everyone joining today. We'll catch you tomorrow. Hopefully, Faiz will get us some live snippets from the ground too. But that's it for now. Until next time, thank you so much. Have a good rest of the evening, and catch you guys soon.